couple junkyard finds, 61 and 162 SE. Let's see if we can get the 62 to fire up. Hey, it's Brad from Chippy's ATV. Well, riding restrictions finally lifted. We're going to be going out soon, hopefully another week or two. Been pretty busy with work, but what I got here is pretty cool. It's a chainsaw, first Husqvarna for me, but I lucked out. So kind of got influenced into building or modifying a 66 or 61 into a 72cc, but we got something even better yet here, at least for a starting platform. And it's old, it's pretty cool. A 162 SE, from what I can tell, it's all original. It was in the junk pile. Literally saved it from becoming spoons, getting shipped overseas there. Ran through shredder, so that sort of thing. A little damage here, but that doesn't bother me any. I really wish it wasn't, but it is what it is. But it's complete. Chain cover, top cover, chain brake. Still OEM cover. See if I can get it. 162 SC on the tag. The only thing it didn't have was the gas cap. So I had a part 61, so I took the gas cap off of that. There was so much dirt in the tank and recoil. I didn't think it was a runner. I was just buying for parts because I have a 66, you know, and it was missing everything. Just got the engine covers, both sides. So I originally bought this just, it was going to be parts for the top cover, the handle, recoil, so on and so forth. And also I got a 61, but where I'm going to go with this is where this is 272 top end. I'm going to port it, but it does run. The clutch stays in, or not the clutch drum stays engaged. Like even when the saw's off, you can crank it over by hand. I'll show that in a bit. Yeah, we'll see what we can do with this. We'll get it running, bar it up, and try it out. It won't be today, but in the near future, I want to bar it up. I got some with a new old stock Oregon 28-inch bars. Don't know anything about the history on them, but like I said, they're new old stock. They're actually pretty cool. Has patented right on the roller because they're replaceable noses. That's weird. It's a stamped steel. I don't know. I'll put a picture in this video. But what I was gonna say there, yeah, no, I want to bar it up with that. Maybe try my 32. I got my old 38. We'll see what happens. But I got to get this thing running first properly. It runs good, surprisingly, considering you can smell the old fuel and the carb and everything, and the amount of dirt that was like inside the gas tank and the recoil is unbelievable. I'm surprised it even ran, to be honest. It actually runs pretty good. I'm quite actually surprised for something that was buried in a scrap pile. Yeah, I'm flabbergastic. But I mean, some of my saws I do find, my project saws and stuff, are from a scrap pile, literally. My Porto 26 actually from two different saws. One was a part saw, one was actually another scrapyard find. So she's running like a top, but that's got a full rebuild. Mine is top end, but new bearings, new seals, all that. I just didn't record the process of it, but I'm going to record the process in this adventure with this 162. I'm flabbergastic. This thing should be an animal, so I hope anyways. But I'm gonna run it stock, see how it feels. Then I'm gonna order the this is gonna be a few month project. It's probably gonna be a fall winter project. I'm not rushing into it. I still have 2 more saws to finish yet. Other than that, we'll see how this rips, because I'm thinking a 272 highway top end with a pop-up piston cylinder. Try to get the most out of it. So we'll see how it goes with this adventure. Well, good news is I got the clutch off. I'm doing all this stuff outside. Just moved recently. I gotta make a small bench in the basement. But this thing is, I don't know what in the heck happened there. A little bit of damage, but it looks like the clutch is just a little dirty there. Oily, clearly. It's an old saw. One of the things I just found very interesting as I took it apart, these knurls. I don't have no idea what damaged that. So I'm going to clean this up, put it back, and see if the clutch stops spinning. And after watching Bellhopper's live feed, I think it was Tasman commented. So I asked, because I didn't know if these things had adjustable oil or not. But they do. Well, this one does anyways. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, judging by the oil, it doesn't need much more oil, but whatever. It is what it is. If you've never been into one of these, and this is my first time, there's a little line on the oiler, a little pointer there. Let's see if I can clean it up a little bit better. This thing's been spun quite a few times. I don't know if there's supposed to be a stopper if you're able to continue to freewheel it. I spun mine around 360 degrees. But yeah, there's a little bit of damage there. That's been, you know, from its lifespan, people adjusting it. It's going to be interesting. Like I said, this is my first Husqvarna. So right now I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with the clutch so I can actually bar it up and do a test run with it. Anyways, next problem, or if I don't solve this one, I'll be back. I got some free time. So I have a 66 I went and grabbed some parts off of, and I noticed right off the bat the 66 had a cover in here, that little doohickey, dust cover or whatever. I don't know, the clutches they both look like coarse threads. We're about to find out if this is going to solve my sticking clutch issue. And the other perk is this also has a replaceable sprocket. I can't see if there's anything OEM on this one, so it says OEM, or if it's aftermarket. I'm gonna have to clean it up, put it on in the order I took everything off, but there's definitely some differences here. So slide this up and out of the way. Where I'm having issues, they're a different height because of the worm gear. But see, that's just your normal spur. All this is the same, except, like I said, because it's replaceable, which is kind of cool. I kind of prefer those. Dust covers are similar, one plastic, one being metal. Let's see. The issue I was having was when I would clamp the clutch down, it would hit this little, like, it looks like the bearing actually sits inside there, but the bearing rides up against this inner lip, where, as you can tell, this does not have it, and there's actually a little bit of a bevel right there. So we'll see how this one works out. Get back at you in a minute. Real quick cleaning. It's an Oregon 26831. See if this works on the old 162. Oh, back on. Fits. I don't know if that play is normal or not. It's not too bad though. If somebody's got any insight on that, I'd like to really know. So I'd like to actually have this working properly and exactly how it should be. So I really don't plan on getting rid of this thing. Collector's item. I like old saws. Not super old, but I like old. Like I have a old Pioneer here. Don't mind my old yard. Got that old Pioneer P600. Needs love. I'd like to get that done. A fellow wanted it done, but like just as a running wall hanger. But problem is, it's trying to get parts for those. It's like that thing's from the mid 60s, I believe. I believe it's the mid 60s. Anyways, I could be wrong. It's something like that. I know it's pretty old, but I just stopped over, grab this part, this clutch, try it out for this 162, so I can give her the beans and see how it runs. Anyways, we'll touch base later.